Bonjour, no. Final Fantasy, believe it or not. Okay, I know this doesn't matter. I know this doesn't matter. If I cared about it, I would have Tales of Lost. If I cared about it, I would have stopped streaming a long time ago. But it was incredibly funny. I am laughing just a little bit because I was at 4. I was at 4 viewers. I went off of starting soon, and then I went down to 3, which is just funny. I don't know why that makes me laugh so much. Yeah. Let's finish Coils. Might as well get that out of the way. I'm not like blown away with the amount with what happened in the second third of it, the part we completed yesterday. I was kind of expecting more substance, for lack of a more charitable word, but I'm curious what's gonna happen on Alize's fun time god-killing ride. Maybe the dragon will come back in Dawn Trail, and that's why people kept telling me to do it. Maybe Bahamut matters. Maybe Neil Van Dornus is going to have a problem. There's so many options available to us. Wait, where am I? How did we... Alize, how did we get here? Wait, hang on. What? Wait, what the hell? Weren't we in the Black Shroud? We were in the North Shroud. How did we get here, Alize? Did they just take us immediately to where the next shard is, I guess? Question mark? Truly, it is wonderful to escape that stifling air and return to Northern Thanalan again, it would appear. I must thank you, Dekka. Were it not for your bravery, I strongly doubt that... Oh, shit. That I would be standing here now. But you need not tarry on my account. The danger is past. Pray, go on ahead and appraise Eorzean of all that has occurred. I will join you anon. My thoughts are yet unruly, and I would rest here a while. You got it, Chief. Have fun having a mental breakdown or whatever. She'll be fine. Yeah, cool. I'm very curious about where this goes because I remember Alize not joining the main story until post-game Heavensward. So I am very curious about how she could do such a glancing blow off of the Scion. I guess she counts as a Scion based on what, like Alfino kind of hinted that she was a fellow Scion before. But is she... I guess she must have been one before she split? I don't know if this is a weird thing to get caught up on, but I'm totally caught up on it. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, what's up, Pastor Eorzean? The triumphant hero doth return. Thine eyes speak of the dread task completion. The second coil now lieth dormant. Yet I sense the tidings thou bearest are not altogether glad. Pray tell me, what ill hath cast the shadow which falleth now across thy brow? Did you just ask me why the long face and Shakespearean? Yeah, no, it turns out, Alice's grandpa, definitely dead. Yeah, that's about it. An old foe and an old friend. So 'twas but the ethereal shadow of Master Louisoix that Lady Alice beheld, an unnatural conjuration and thrall to the elder primal. That the feed should deign to choose him of all men. Choose? Even in full knowledge of the shade's true nature, I'd be hard-pressed to weather such a confrontation. Yet, what agonies must the young mistress have endured? Such torment did she ne'er deserve. Mayhap 'twere better if the Lady Alice did absent herself from the future forays into the Coils. I've come too far to surrender to grief, Urianger. Sup, kid? My lady, I am resolved to defeat these fiends, and naught shall sway me from my path. Now, let us peer more deeply into the well of our discoveries. I feel like at some point I had, like, a quarter of Alvino and Alize, and now it's all the way back down to 0. I got nothing. I feel like that's happened with the entire voice cast, but whatever. As you wish, my lady. By your leave, I would speak first of the Coils' late guardian, Nail Van Darnus. Van Darnus was a legatus of the Garlean Empire, who strove to bring about Eorzea's final destruction, only to fall even as the sixth sun did set. If thou hast heard tales of the White Raven, then it is he of whom they speak. Aye, he, I say, for Nail was for a certainty no maid. The noble house of Van Darnus, as we discovered all too late, had long safeguarded the wisdom of ancient Allag. 'Twas thus that the legatus came to learn the true nature of Dalamud, and to seek to employ the Red Moon as a weapon against Eorzea. But the Crystal Tower, and the mechanisms required to command the satellite, yet lay hidden beneath the ground, compelling Nail to construct a far less subtle mechanism. And in his first faltering attempts to communicate with Dalamud, he did likely rouse the satellite's slumbering prisoner. Thenceforth did the White Raven's soul belong to Bahamut. He was fortunate indeed to acquire so powerful a thrall by chance. 'Tis little wonder he was so loath to part with him. Why let a simple thing like death deprive one of so useful a pawn? Though we may accuse him of bungling Van Darnus' resurrection, I dare say Bahamut was as content to have a handmaiden as a manservant. I only hope that the two thralls we encountered were the extent of his flock. Yet I cannot help but dwell on Nail's words, those beloved children of whom he spoke. I assumed at first that he referred to the moon's beastly guardians, but should Bahamut have enslaved other mortals, we must needs remove this source of worship. Otherwise, our efforts to disable the Coils shall be for naught. Forgive me mine indelicacy, my lady. Thou art wise indeed to speak of expunging the primal's thralls, but canst thou truly pursue a course which would cost thee thine own grandsire? My heart and mind are as one on this matter. Grandfather's salvation can be won but by a single method: the destruction of Bahamut, and aught that might serve to sustain him. Dekka, while Urianger and I endeavor to ascertain the existence of any further thralls, I suggest you grant yourself a moment's respite. Rest assured that I will contact you the moment I have need of your inimitable talents. That we've achieved so much, I owe to you. I fear, however, that our trials have barely begun. I hope not. I got gods to kill. Give me a minute. Though time has dulled the pain of thy passing, I find that I am wounded afresh. Master Louisoix, what good shall come of this unending search for knowledge and truth? Hey, Kurt. Long have I believed the pursuit of such treasures to be the duty of every true Charlian. Yet, when each new revelation serveth only to heap further anguish upon those whom would fain protect, must we truly reach for more? So you found your resolve, dear sister. Will you now find a use for the secret? For the key that only you and I hold? Given our familiar propensity for curiosity, you would do well to remember that keys may serve to seal doors as well to unlock them. And Bahamut is a most unwelcome guest, to whom the door should never have been opened. Alfino, you are not... Wait, is he actually back here? Because if so... Damn it! I was so excited. You can't handle. The truth is also a great achievement name. I'm honestly really surprised they didn't have any allusions to Louisoix, Ultima Thule, or the Ethereal Sea dungeon. When you say the Ethereal Sea, you mean the one in Endwalker, right? Honestly, I'm not surprised. Bluntly, Master Louisoix is a character that you're only going to have an emotional connection to in an incredibly small number of circumstances. So I'm not shocked that they chose to leave him out of the Ethereal Sea dungeon. That would be weird emotionally for a lot of players, I think. Fragments of truth? Yeah. Man is wont to cast light wheresoever secrets lie hid in darkness. Though that which he illumineth seldom bringeth him joy. So it is with such unhappy truths as Bahamut's immense shadow doth conceal. Yet ever onward forgeth Mistress Alisaie, undeterred by the burden of knowledge that weigheth heavy on her heart. 'Tis a perilous path she hath chosen, and a painful one. I prithee, Decca, remain by her side as her valiant blade, that she might see her quest to its conclusion. And everyone being all the signs? Yeah, I mean, well, not all the signs. Estinian would probably be like, who dat? But also Grahad Tia would know who he is. So yeah, all the signs besides Estinian, I think. Decca, it is well that you are here. My lady, how might I serve you this day? I have met with some difficulty in my mission, Urianger, and I should be grateful for your counsel. As you know, Bahamut's physical form is regenerating beneath the cardinal flats even as we speak. If we are to prevent his return, we must needs disable the 2 remaining interment hulks that sustain... 2. Every moment our mission is delayed, the realm is pushed closer to the brink of destruction. Alas, though, I've determined the locations of the fragments of Dalamed leading to the hulks. I've been unable to find a way to enter them. And gaining admittance is but the first step in your perilous undertaking. When last thou descendeth into Bahamut's subterranean fastness, thou didst discover, didst thou not, that the dread primal had bound the shade of Nail Van Darnus unto his will. And though thou didst consign the fallen legatus to blessed oblivion, thou mayst recall that the piteous wretch was not alone. Doubt not but that Bahamut's other thralls will seek to hinder thy passage. You can say his name, Urianger. I've not forgotten that my grandfather is waiting for us. My lady, I would remind you, as I must often remind myself, that the man whom we both loved and revered is no more. What remaineth is but a shade which defileth his memory. The vile verbiage that spilleth from his lips must not be heeded, for it cometh not from your grandsire, but from Bahamut himself. You need not worry, Urianger. Come what may, I will not stray from the course. I will not let grandfather's sacrifice be in vain. But mere words will not take us whither we must go. As I said, I have been unable to find a way to enter the fragments of Dalamed. My lady, might I suggest that you visit the fragments again in Decca's company? Faloth hath the warrior of light set events in motion by virtue of his presence alone. 'Tis possible he may do so again. I, the while, shall search for answers of mine own. By our efforts combined, full sure am I that the path shall be revealed to us ere long. The secret will probably attack him because Sea Ghost must kill. At least you can just fix him now. Remember how you can do that now? It's okay. She's not 15 and a half yet. She's only 15 and a quarter. Or to anyone else, I should question the wisdom of such advice. Yet I cannot deny that what you say about Decca is true. Very well, I shall do as you suggest. Assuming you have no objections, of course. Good. Now, we seek entry to 2 fragments of Dalamed. One lies at the Burning Wall in eastern Thanalan, and the other the Singing Shards in Mordana. I left an assistant at each location with instructions to continue searching for a means of ingress. It is not impossible that they could have since found something useful to us. Let us begin by visiting my man at the Burning Wall. Dex, I think it will. Oh my god. It's my evil twin. He's real. I cannot believe it. It is so. I'm kind of tempted to do the quests in the Burning Sands just to empty it of NPCs, because having NPCs be in there is extremely funny and also harshes the vibe quite a lot. just love me a good mountain step. Or a desert step. It always just looks good. Also, this, to be fair, looks sick as hell. Sick enough that they made this the trailer location, I'm realizing. This is what the trailer shows off. I forgot. But it makes sense. There'll always be some NPCs there. Yeah, but those are non-canon. Ignore them. They don't count. What's up, buddy? How's it feel to be an intern for a 15-year-old? I say, are you not Master Salvo, my lady's most faithful companion? Sinus, sir, at your service. And may I say what an honor it is to meet you. I thought you were Dex. How goes the survey, Dex? My lady, it shames me to say that I found no viable path to the fragment. Wait, is the other one Dex? Because I think that's funny. Though it stands there, before our very eyes, the way thither has thus far proven impassable. When the fragment fell and pierced the land, it cost a prodigious amount of ether to spew forth. 'Twas this that gave rise to the land's twisted lay, which seemed destined to thwart our efforts. Even were an opening to exist, I fear we would struggle to reach it. Well, we cannot give up. Keep trying. So near and yet so far. Well, it avails us not to stand here and stare at the thing. Let's just away to Mordana and try the other fragment. Perhaps Sinus has fared better. Upon that note, my lady, there's something I must tell you. I'm sorry to report that I lost contact with my brother just over a bell ago. As you know, the singing shards are home to many fell creatures, ogres among them. While I do not wish to cause you undue harm, I fear something unspeakable may have happened to Dex. What? Why do you... Oh, give me strength? We must hurry to my assistant's aid, Dekka. Wait, what? Did you not introduce yourself as Dex? No, you introduced yourself as Silas, and then she called you Dex, and now you're calling your brother Dex? What the fuck is going on? I'm confused, but it's fine. Oh, hey, a shard fell right next to the crystal tower. Well, it's a good thing it missed, all things considered. Ooh, I love this weather for the crystal tower, though. It's so weird. It's just like purple sheets, basically. But I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for this type of weird ass shit. Also, yeah, I guess that would be. Yeah, no, that makes sense, actually. In my defense, I was always distracted by the giant blue glowy thing. I never paid attention to the giant orange glowy thing before. Also, holy shit, is this a whole area we can walk into? No, I don't think so. Hey, buddy. Ooh, how you doing? It was entirely underground when Dalamud fell. Well, it's a good thing it fell so close then. Oh, thank you, adventurer. For a moment there I feared that my bones would be ground up and used to bake bread. I'm relieved to see you are unharmed. It was wrong of me to press such a dangerous task upon you. My lady, your worries are wasted on me. 'Twas nothing at all, I assure you. If I please you, I shall report on my findings. It's a big dome, isn't it? As you can see, though the tip of the fragment is exposed, the rest is encased in rock and crystal, rendering it impossible to enter the structure. We might try excavating the area around the fragment, but that is like to take time, and there really is no telling how deep we may need dig before we find a suitable point of ingress. As such, I'm forced to conclude that gaining entry to this fragment is unrealistic. Forgive me, my lady. Confound it. We are losing precious time. What are we to do now? Go for Deca. 'Tis I, Eorzean. I'm trying really hard. What the fuck is Eorzean J's voice? 'Tis I. Tis. Eorzean J. BA.
Thy time hath not yet come. Begone! All that I have and more I bring to bear!
Oh. That feels deeper in my throat than I can... I stopped myself, but just barely.
I shall protect thee.
I shall. I can't do voice mimicking at all, but I might as well try. I shall protect thee. I shall protect thee.
The stars shall grant thee succor.
I just think that's a funny voice line. The stars. The star. If I can just get the cadence, I'll at least call that good enough. The stars shall grant. The stars shall grant. The stars. Why can't I do a voice that sounds like me but different? Turns out voice actor jobs are hard. Suckle on the stars. No! 'Tis I, Eorzean J. Glad tidings have I thee for I got good news! For a blessing, a way hath been found by which thou mayest enter the remaining fragments of Dalamud. Pray escort Mistress Alisaie to the cerulean processing plant in northern Thanalan. There, all shall be made clear. Cool. Well, that's convenient. Good news. Eorzean J has found a way? Then we must go to him at once. Good job, Sinus and Dex. Whichever one you two are. Oh, we were just over here. I feel like I should get my aetheroid fee, like, comped. Oh, I hit the button. I like them horns. Apparently they like the horns too. Right. Where to? What is up, buddy? Mine apologies for summoning you thus from afar, my lady, but 'tis here that your journey may finally begin. I shall protect thee. I did wonder. To my knowledge, there are no fragments in northern Thanalan. Nor are you mistaken, my lady. Yet a pathway doth exist, one which yourself have made use of in the past. At the conclusion of your several forays into the binding coil, 'twas at the crystal formation which lies to the north of this place that you did emerge, was it not? Yes, an ethereal stream bore us back to the surface. That much I had surmised. Are you suggesting that we can use it to return underground? And even if that were possible, would it not simply bear us back to those places that we had already explored? It need not, my lady. Pray, allow me to explain. Upon the evidence of your experience, it seemeth plain that the two interment hulks may share the self-same ethereal egress. From this, we did infer that others may be connected in likewise. Thus did we labor long to verify the existence of further tributaries to the self-same stream, in which task we were at length successful. 'Twas then but a matter of arriving at a solution to the problem of traveling to an unattuned destination. That one might reach what we might call the headwater. We propose to employ a modified aetherite which serveth to amplify such ripples as do originate from said source. But by focusing one's essence upon these ripples, it should be possible to make the journey. Yet be fairly warned, my lady, as with all untried modes of ethereal travel, This method entaileth considerable danger. Merely to attempt the voyage could cost you your life. That is a risk I am willing to take. You are brilliant, Eorzean. But I am curious. Did you have assistance in forming this plan? I could not help noticing your repeated use of the word we. Unless you've taken to using the majestic plural in our absence. I'm glad Alize made a comment, because otherwise I was going to be the sarcastic asshole. Name my Coady. Coady? What? Name, my lady. As you have correctly surmised, I was not alone in this endeavor. Meaning there are others who are aware of our mission. And darkness falls over the scene. Well, it cannot be helped now. Preventing Bahamut's return is what matters. If some secrecy must be sacrificed to achieve our goal, then so be it. And Owl, comes out from around a tree. Right, cool. Oh, neat. Oh, that's cute. They actually put a little thing here for it. That's neat. What are your opinions on this, Eorzean? I know I didn't talk to NPCs in No Realm Reborn, but still. Verily, it was not my wish to withhold knowledge of the Eorzean. I pray that Mrs. Alize will forgive me when she learns of its source. Yeah, she probably knows. Actually, no, this is an untested Alize. She may be a little stupid sometimes. So that must be the modified Aetherite. But what are the immortal flames doing here? These men may be sworn flames of Ul'dah, but they are first and foremost faithful retainers of House Levier. Oh, it's Alfino. What's up, boy? Alfino? So it was you who was helping Eorzean. Who else could it have been, dear sister? Lest you worry, I have no intention of making the details of your venture public. Like you, I would prefer to avoid causing a panic. But given that which is at stake, namely the survival of the realm, one must be willing to accept help when it is offered. Would you not agree? At the very least, do not be cross with Eorzean. It was at my behest that he kept silent. We will speak later. Pray, forgive me, my lady, but knowing full well your intent, I judged it meet that Master Alfino be informed. Though your grandsire hath become Bahamut's thrall, his noble blood courseth yet through both your veins, and if he must needs be struck down... Do you hear that, Alfino? I mean to strike down grandfather, and when I've done so, I shall banish Bahamut to the ether. Nothing you say will sway me from my course. I will protect Eorzea, and I will uphold grandfather's legacy. Grandfather's legacy? So do you still not know what you yourself desire? Your actions are still driven by borrowed... So you still do not know what... So you still do not know what you yourself desire. Your actions are still driven by borrowed resolve. Borrowed resolve? What does that have to do with anything? Protecting Eorzea was grandfather's goal, and we made it ours. Both of us. That's why we came here, unless you've forgotten. Gods forbid I should ever forget, Alize. But you misunderstand. I do not question your resolve, only whence it came. If it were your own, you would be able to tell me precisely why you desire so fervently to protect Eorzea. Yet you cannot, for it is not your resolve, but grandfather's. You may struggle to see the difference, but borrowed resolve shall never be that strong as that which springs from within. I'm really trying. But let us speak of this another time. For now, preventing Bahamut's return is all that matters. To be plain, I have no objection of striking down whatever is left of grandfather. Know, however, that I will be accompanying you this time. As a son of House Levier, I would be present for his final moments. Very well. You may join us on one condition. I make the decisions. You know, considering how main character Alfino is in later expansions, I kind of get her reservations. If it please, milady, the names... Erkenrad. Our preparations are just about to complete. When you're ready to embark on your mission, just give me the word. I'll be waiting for you at the cerulean processing plant. Pay no heed to my brother. You can rely on me. We've come far together, you and I, and together we shall see our journey to its end. Yeah, she seems fine. Hello, Erkenrad. I've been waiting for you, Master Salvo. I'm pleased to say that the aetherite's primed and ready. As you know, the remaining interment hulks are connected to the fragments in Eastern Thanalan and Mordona. It's to the former that we'll be sending you first. Now, you'll be starting inside the hulk, meaning you won't have to cover so much ground. The drawback being that you'll be fighting for your life from the moment you get there. Best be prepared for anything, for Milady's sake if not your own. And that's about all I can tell you. When your preparations are in order, just give me the word, and I'll send you on your way. I may even throw in a prayer for your speedy return, just to be on the safe side. Okay? Final coil, let's do it. As soon as I remember where it is. Let's go. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm happy that reset, so I don't have to remember to reset it later, but oopsie. There we go. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're not queued up for a random run through of Coils of Bahamut. Though apparently with item scaling, it's not so bad. Still though, I'm good to blast through this. And now I have nostalgia for Halo 4. God, have I ever beat Halo 4 besides when it came out? I don't think so. So this is how it looks on the inside. The interment hulk still functions. The teleportation was a success. We are come to the right place. There's no telling how much farther Bahamut has regenerated since we last beheld him. Let us make haste to the main bridge and deactivate the coil. There were receptacles similar to these in the previous hulk. Those held chimerical beasts, but only the Alligans know what other abominations may be sleeping within. There may well be part of Dalmad's internal defenses. We must stay on our guard at all times. Alright kids, try not to die. We don't want to cause a time paradox. And let's go! I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm excited for more of these teleporter things, though. That should be fun. This is also a very pretty area, which I guess makes sense considering it's the finale of A Realm Reborn content, basically. That's a fun thought. I'm basically finishing A Realm Reborn again. Or really finishing its endgame content, which feels similar. It doesn't feel like too strange of a thing to be a little bit... Woo! Shit! A little bit surprised / happy about the, you know, going back to Realm Reborn content. Feels a little bit weird. Feels a little bit loosey-goosey. Feels a little bit, like they could use some voice acting still. Pandemonium, that's what I'm thinking of. Also, hi, Amos. Oh, it's pandemonium because you're fighting the... I get the pun. With the gods. Wait, no. Shit. I'm sorry, I'm having so much trouble with the turn for no reason. What's it called? The something of the gods? The... When you have, like, a list of gods. Pantheon! Pantheon is what I'm thinking of. Oh, wow, they survived a shot. Good job, guys. Should I be worried? Should I be... Oh, we're fine. You've gone invulnerable again, haven't you? So I don't... So do I want to be electrocuted or do I not want to be electrocuted? Because I'm a little bit fuzzy on that. Damage dealt by electric burst is increased. So I guess not? Oh, I have static charge. It went down when I stepped in, didn't it? Wait, I marked as prey. I see. That goes down when I'm in the thing. Done. It's rare that being electrocuted is a positive event, but not apparently impossible to have happen. Damn, we can't believe the jewelry exploded with them. That's fine, though. Good job, Deca. 1 of 4 down. Let's get out of here. What's up, kids? Are one of you about to get shot or kidnapped? By the 12 dragons, and so many. Let's just say it's a good thing that we're not friends with the Scythian yet. We were aware that the Elegans possessed the means to control the creatures, but to imprison them thus is barbaric. I would not wish such a fate upon my worst enemy. 'Tis plain that no love was lost between the Elegans and the dragons, but was it truly necessary to keep so great a number here? Dalima did not want for defenses. This we have experienced firsthand. Surely guardians as the Elegans created, both living and unliving, were surely no less capable of repelling intruders than these poor creatures. Tell me something, Alize. Have you not managed to determine by whose will Bahamut exists? No, I have not. At first I assumed that Bahamut had no people of his own, that the Elegans had perhaps discovered a way to simulate prayer itself. However, Nail's word gave me cause to reconsider. Specifically, the Shade's mention of Bahamut's beloved children. From that, I infer that the Primal was given form by the will of worshippers whom we have yet to... Oh. God, strike me down for a blind fool. Bahamut's beloved children right there before my very eyes. How could I be so stupid? Who else but the dragons of Eld would summon Bahamut? Who else but they could sustain him? And to think I wonder why the Elegans kept them imprisoned here. Even should the flame of Bahamut's life go out, his faithful children would summon him back. For this reason, the Elegant Empire kept an army of dragons here in a perpetual state of duress, that they might sustain the Primal's existence. Truly, the Elegants' ingenuity knew no bounds, and neither did their cruelty. Small wonder that Bahamut was so enraged. Let no one deny that it was man who sowed the seeds of the calamity. Will you now turn your hatred towards our own kind, dear sister? Do not patronize me, Alphino. I merely acknowledge our guilt. Lest you be in any doubt, I have no intention of allowing Bahamut to lay the world to waste, regardless of the atrocities the Allagans committed against his kind. We have no choice but to eliminate all who worship him, be they his children or his thralls. It seems reasonable to assume that the system responsible for the Primal's regeneration is also responsible for sustaining the captive dragons. If we disable it, all should perish. Let us press on. It is a really fucked up thing that I kind of blow past in my brain as like, yeah, I guess that's fucked up. Not to deny that it is fucked up, but just to be like, yes. This expedition is very fucked up. Continue on. I guess Alec was fucked is news in Aromaborn still. Fucking Fandaniel can't even come up with new ideas in Endwalker. That's a big sphere. Alright, step forward 5 feet, get a cutscene. No. Wow. I choose right. Hell yeah. Do I have to kill everything in order to make... Oh my god! I'm fine. I genuinely thought it was gonna kill me because I picked the wrong thing or something. No. Am I people locked? Okay, fair enough. Well, let's go to the left and kill everyone and see if that fixes my problem for me. Maybe it'll be fine. Whee! Show me a way forward. Uh-oh, Scooby. Can I walk around it? I do not think it would be wise to try. No, I can't. Okay. Do I just have to stand on it until it accepts me? Wow, really? Okay, fair enough. I guess I've been taught a mechanic. There we go. You know what? Left's been working out for me. Moving on. Whoop. Oh, Jesus. Okay. They really should put a warning on these things. The disabled jumper raises my eyebrow, but maybe it's nothing. Boy, I'm going to hear this sound when I go to bed tonight, aren't I? Couldn't... I'd be a little bit... Okay, this is the pettiest thing. I just kind of wish that the sound was at least, like, in time with the background music, you know? It bugs me that they're on different rhythms, as far as I can tell. Also, what am I doing? Do I have to kill myself and go the other way? I think I might. Looks like I definitely have to. Yeah, I'm killing. I have to walk into the wall of death. Please excuse me. Whee! No, is it time-based? Why did that one turn off and it's back on now? That's weird. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I just have to kill myself very, very, very quickly. We have options. Let's go. It's because the enemy was still alive? Which way did I go last time? I went left. Pop on this real quick. Bam. He loves to see it. Okay, cool. And annoying. That'd be real frustrating in a normal raid if you just got screwed over because the entire party went one way and you had to wipe. Hello? I'm standing on the boss platform. Genos? Quick, kill him before any mechanics start happening. I see mechanics. Damn, this weapons node has so much health. Is it resisting my attacks? It seems to me like it's resisting my attacks. Yeah. Huh, there must be something I'm supposed to do in order to actually kill this thing properly. However, my lasers are very strong. Pew pew, go bang bang, as they say in the biz. I'm in the biz, so I can say that. Please don't go invulnerable like a second before I kill you. Thank you. There we go. They kissed and they had an invincible baby, which happens along the Coils. God fucking bless it. Well, good job. We killed a. We killed one of the remake Colossi from Shadow of the Colossus. That sequel gets wild. All right. When will they wisen up and give us sci-fi Shadow of the Colossus? What that story needs is a good giant robot lizard. Are Alize and Alfie nose openings on their outfit on opposite sides? Could they not afford one piece of clothing? No, no, it isn't. Okay. Why, this looks like a model of Dalamud, yes. Does it? It looks like empty space to me. For millennia, Bahamut must have gazed at this unchanging view. Trapped inside a prison that was scarcely large enough to contain him. Unable to move, deny the release of death. How his hatred for man must have burned. Oh, it's the shell. Yes, I might be stupid. And that hatred found an ideal vessel in Nail Van Darnus. In many ways, Bahamut is to be pitied, not loathed. But knowing the true extent of his fury, I am more convinced than ever of the necessity of our endeavor. Besides, his is not the only soul that cries out for vengeance. Alize, it's very 15 of you to be like, I'm just as mad as a god that was trapped in the moon for 1,000 years because I have brother issues. Like, come on, buddy. Come on, get off Tumblr. Listen, I was on there too, buddy. Don't worry about what I posted, but come on. Excuse you, she's 16.
Gods, he is almost whole again.
Why did that jump scare me? This is the first trial that we've had voice acting in, and God is Alize's AR voice actress different. Also, I think he's still missing most of his body, Alize.
His size is staggering.
That's Alfino?
Imagine how Grandfather stood against such a monstrosity.
Fucking what?
This cannot be allowed to proceed any further. Let us disable the coil and move on. Grandfather?
Shoot him!
No, that man is dead. I will not dishonor my beloved grandsire's memory by calling you such.
What
You
a
are
refined
his
young lady.
twisted shape, the thrall of a mad primal.
You were foolish to disregard my warning, child. Are you so convinced of your own righteousness?
'Tis the rightness of our path that led us to return. Eorzea will never be safe whilst Bahamut remains to threaten all we hold dear. What of the hero who gave his life in defense of the realm? Do you truly dispute the justice of our cause?
My poor, ignorant grandchildren. Your world is shaped by naught but recent conflict. Listen, and I will speak to you of justice. 'Twas in the twilight of the Third Astral Era. The southern land of Mericidia suffered invasion at the hands of the Alagon Empire. With no atrocity too depraved for their purpose, the forces of Alec were unstoppable in their advance.
Is it pronounced Alagon?
Desperate for salvation, the dragons prayed to one of their first brood, to their ancestor Bahamut. Infused by the power of their fervent supplications, Bahamut arose from the abyss of death and took wing as the Mericidians' new-born god.
Okay, look. Louis Suarez's voice is very deep and pleasing. But the performance is definitely it's definitely a Realm Reborn performance.
Yet this great miracle would only serve to further the maniacal designs of the dragon's imperial conquerors. The cruel fetters which bind my lord stand testament to the Alagon's boundless greed and hubris.
My man, take a breath, not 7.
I once summoned the 12 in an attempt to forestall the advent of the 7th Umbral Era. What then did the dragons of Mericidia do that I did not? Wherefore are they accursed and I exalted? Tis man's overweening belief in his own primacy that blinds him to the commonness of his condition and the truth of his own tyranny. As long as man is suffered to remain, the dragons shall never be at peace. Only when the plague of people has been expunged shall the children of Lord Bahamut be free. Then shall the world know true justice.
Stop it! Grandfather would never say such things. His belief that people were worth saving never faltered. He had faith in their strength, that they could stand together and push back against the darkness seeking to shape them.
A false hope. 'Tis folly to place one's faith in so flawed a race. Stand together? Huh? They would first need to agree on which direction to face. If history teaches us anything, it is that man cannot find common ground between his own 2 feet. Even you, twins whose veins run with the same blood, struggle to fathom each other's reasoning. You hide your differing agendas behind the convenient banner of Eorzea's salvation. Given your obvious self-interest, can you truly claim no kinship with the oligarch? And though I hope they might bring you closer, 'twould seem that the twin grimoires I bestowed upon you were a wasted gesture.
There may well be truth in your judgment of Alize and me, but such a one-sided tirade bemoaning the evils of man rings false, coming from the lips of Archon Louisoix. Tell me, do you champion the cause of dragons because Bahamut compels you as his thrall? Or is it because you yourself have transcended the limits of man's existence?
Ah, so the possibility did not escape your notice. What I prayed for, and what I have become. These are the keys that unlock the truth behind Eorzea's rebirth. If you would have them, then you must needs take them by force. Come, rend this divine form asunder and claim your answers.
But I thought... No. He has become a primal?
It is difficult, I know, but you must accept it. That entity is no phantom or imposter. It is our beloved grandsire.
Well, it turns out no, actually, based on what we learn about primals later, but don't worry about that right now.
Please, for his sake and for ours, you must defeat our grandfather.
This is hilarious to come at after the fact and just be like, no, actually, that's wrong. Sorry, they twisted this twist already. I forgot how many problems I had with early game Final Fantasy XIV and the fact that every single twist had to be a twist again because they didn't know how to twist a second twist. I mean, still a primal, yeah, but primals aren't real. You forgot. That was the third twist about primals. Or do I need it to be alive during Flames of Rebirth or something? No, there's just a certain number of stacks. Makes me wonder if the kids have a dialogue about being like, oh, thank God that wasn't actually grandfather later during this other twist. Alright, cool. He's dead. It being the original concept of the manifestation of it doesn't make it not primal. No, it is a primal. It's just not their grandfather, because primals are fake. No, okay. Primals are real. But, like... wasn't the whole
Grandfather is
point...
truly gone this time. But better it end this way than the alternative.
wasn't it better... wasn't the whole point of, like, Heaven's Word or Stormblood, I forget which, that, like, King Mogomog the 12th is not the actual real spirit of King Mogomog the 12th. He's more so people's belief concentrated into a being that thinks it's King Mogomog the 12th. That was the whole thing with Shiva. Shiva isn't... Shiva the Primal, separate from Iceheart, Shiva the Primal is not the real Shiva who lived 10,000 years ago. This isn't the real grandfather. This is not their grandfather.
I am yet here, Alice, my dear, sweet granddaughter.
Grandfather?
I must thank you, warrior of light. Without your valor, I might never have broken free of Bahamut's control. These last few moments are mine, to live as the man I once was.
God damn you, retcons. Okay, let's just
This
ignore
is
all
that
the...
I wanted. Yet, now that it is happening, I find myself struggling to believe it. Is it really you?
This is a trick, right?
Grandfather, pray forgive me my insolence. It was not my intent to demean you.
Forgive you? I am proud of you, child. You were wise enough to deduce the manner of creature I had become. Alfino, Alize, if any here should beg forgiveness, it is I.
Grandfather, I must ask, will you not tell us what befell during the calamity?
Yes, yes, of course. You have come far to hear the truth. Let us then begin the tale at the Battle of Cartano, where clashed the forces of the Garlean Empire and the Eorzean Alliance. 'Twas there in the sky above the surging armies that the elder primal Bahamut broke free of the Red Moon Dalamut. In an effort to contain this avatar of destruction, I called upon the 12 to aid me in the creation of a prison of ether. But Bahamut would not be caged by such feeble bars. Too vast was his might, too fierce his rage. Little choice remained to me. I used the last of my strength to entrust our hope unto the future, and prepared to meet my end.
Oh, a pre-rendered cutscene. Okay. Didn't expect that.
As you have no doubt surmised, I did not perish. When the cage built from the essences of the 12 was destroyed, the sky was filled with a colossal cloud of ether.
After Bahamut broke free from his fetters, the fields of Carteneau descended into chaos. The commanders of the Eorzean alliance ordered a full withdrawal to save as many lives as they could from the indiscriminate fury of the Primal. Military records state that General Raban of the Immortal Flames was hesitant to order a retreat after the adventurers had regained the line, but he yielded at the insistence of his compeer, Eorzean of the Twin Adders. As the Link Perils fell silent due to the massive ethereal disturbances attributed to Bahamut, the commanders were forced to deliver their orders by officers on foot. Maelstrom Command often claims that Admiral Merve Blofusson rode down to the battlefield herself on her beloved chocobo steed Victory to halt the pirate bands who bravely fought on even after the Primal emerged. Yet there was no victory to be had at the Battle of Carteneau. The Eorzean alliance formally withdrew the companies from the plains, and the remnants of the 7th Imperial Legion, warriors known for their brutal conquest the realm over, scattered and fled in all directions. After the retreat, the troops of the Eorzean alliance scaled back to northern Thanalan. It was there that the Immortal Flames established a camp, swiftly tending to the wounded and tallying the survivors among their ranks. The Maelstrom suffered a blow during the withdrawal when Admiral Merve sustained a grave wound that saw her removed from the battlefield. Serving in her stead, Grand Storm Marshal Einzar Slafferson gave the order that the Maelstrom fall back to Limsa Lominsa. The Twin Adders, however, would not return to the Shroud for some time, as Eorzean volunteered her troops to form search parties and return to Carteneau, providing assistance to friend and foe alike who lay wounded but breathing on those hellish plains. The compassion of the Elder Seer, herself an accomplished healer, would save no small number of men from their fates. So at what point does an old man go Super Saiyan? Though Louisoix may have failed in his attempt to propel Dalamed back to the heavens, he would not allow Eorzea to bear the brunt of Bahamut's rampage, toiling on borrowed time to steal the Elder Primal away where he could raise the realm no more. Wielding the legendary staff Tupsimati, he drew from the great reservoirs of ether flowing forth from the land, channeling its strength together with the overwhelming prayers of the people. The power of the 12 manifested itself in complex runes in the sky, and the most powerful sealing enchantment attempted in Eorzean history. The stone marks of the deities that were being nourished by the prayers of the Circle of Knowing were engulfed in pillars of light, becoming glowing spears that pierced the Dreadworm, binding him in place as the runes confined him in a new prison. The plains of Carteneau were bathed in the light of the 12, and it appeared that the ritual was complete. Despite the fact that all eyes were fixed upon the summoning of the 12, there appears to be no witnesses who can recall with certainty what happened after the Elder Primal was enveloped in God's light. It is said that Archon Louisoix's powerful spell combined with the vast emanations of ether had warped the memories of all who survived, an effect which lingered long after the calamity. What is known for certain is that by the time the light of the 12 had dissipated, Bahamut was no more. At the same token, the faces of Eorzea's heroes, the adventurers whose deeds Archon Louisoix's incantation came to pass, were lost to history. So it was that Eorzea plunged into the 7th Umbral era. It never occurred to me to wonder what happened at the end of the Realm Reborn trailer, where Archon Louisoix is like enveloped by light and a smile, and then we're just like teleported further in time. So it never occurred to me that like there was a loophole here to answer. I need reassurances. I need reassurances. This is incredibly stupid, right? Like, almost adorable. But this is not good, right? Oh my god. Is it because I didn't play 1.0? I just feel... There's so much to process here. I didn't have Louis Swa going Super Saiyan on my bingo card. You're trying very hard to make even more magical science make sense. It's just... It's a hole that I was satisfied leaving unfilled. And I had all this mystique and mystery behind Archon Louis Swa. And having the only thing that I know about him and basically the entire canon of Realm Reborn being he went Super Saiyan and Goku'd Bahamut is a lot to take in. That is a lot. And I've never been one for its magical fantasy being like the reasoning behind something. I like Stormblood. I like when this game sticks to its guns and is like, no, this is a real world even though magic exists. He's 7 Dragoon Bald Bahamut. Okay, I don't really believe either Abmaz that this isn't the intended canon. Is that Louis Swa went Super... Let me put my book back on my shelf. Hang on. Like, I don't think that it's not canon. Previously, like, the previous version was, and somehow Louis Hall wished everything back. I just kind of assumed Bahamut used explosion. Like, I guess if you asked me what happened at the end of the cutscene, it was basically like the containment field failed, but Bahamut like used up all its energy exploding itself, basically. Some version of that. I wasn't expecting that.
This drifting energy responded to the prayers of those fighting below, and to my own desperate wish that the dying realm be saved by infusing me with the power of a primal. I became the immortal phoenix, ancient symbol of rebirth. Rising into the sky, I struck Bahamut with all my newfound strength. The blow shattered his earthly form, and a shower of ether rained down upon the land. Thus began the rejuvenation of Eorzean.
I guess in isolation, when you take those sentences in isolation, like, it makes sense?
Believing the deed done, I relinquished my hold on that staggering energy, desirous that it should be returned to the realm without delay. But I had not reckoned on Bahamut's tenacious will. Even as he teetered upon the cusp of oblivion, the dragon reached out to claim me. Alas, within my fast fading form, enough remained of the Phoenix's energy to offer Bahamut a hold, and he dragged me along in his wake.
And thus began your existence as the Elder Primal's thrall.
I cannot help but wonder at his will to survive. Though he was all but obliterated, Bahamut found a way to seize the power you surrendered. That would explain why part of his physical form survived to be entombed underground.
It would also explain why Eorzea was so terribly warped. Even as the land sought to restore itself, the returning flow of ether was cut off.
Very good. When his grip on existence was once again secured, Bahamut did not cease his feast until he had consumed every last mote of ether that yet floated in the air.
And still he was not fully restored.
You must remember that by this time, much of the freed ether had already returned to the land. That which remained was not sufficient to reconstruct so massive a form in its entirety. But there did not need to be. Not for a being sustained by the marvels of Allagan technology. As long as some piece of Bahamut persists, the Coils will seek it out and continue their regenerative task. The fragments of Dalamud appear motionless from the surface, but deep beneath the ground they had been searching, tunneling through rock and soil towards their escaped prisoner. And, as you have observed for yourselves, they found his heart. Warrior of Light, heed me. You must put a stop to Bahamut's regeneration, whether it be for man or for dragonkind. The question of justice is irrelevant. The Elder Primal will leave naught but a smoldering wasteland for both his children and ours. I beg you to defend Eorzea and guide its people to the future they yet struggle to find. This portal will
Well,
take
that
you
beam
to
is
the
going
final
wild.
Internment Hulk. 'Tis time for the tale of Bahamut and his part in the calamity to come to an end. Alvino, Alize, pray, come closer. Your hopes and dreams must no longer be an extension of mine. You must needs find your own reason to fight for this realm, your own meaning in this sea of chaos. Will you do that for me?
I'm sorry, I get it, but find your own meaning for me is a very funny sentence.
Of course, Grandfather. I have already made it my mission to see this newborn Eorzea survive and flourish.
Alize, while I was yet enthralled to Bahamut, you spoke of my faith in man's strength. Know that your words reached me, imprisoned though my soul still was. So forceful was your conviction, I wonder if that belief has not become your own. Perhaps, after all your anger and sorrow was spent, you found something greater within you. See
Shut-
this fight to its culmination. 'Tis also your strength in which I have faith.
Thank you for everything. Pray, take your rest, Grandfather. You deserve it.
There are records of an art that allowed one to summon the power of a primal from the essence of its demise.
You mean
And though
summoning?
I am no true primal, all that I have left, I give to you.
Wait.
Alfino, Alize, my darling grandchildren. May light's blessings ever keep and protect you.
Damn, why is your arm so buff? Oh.
Come, Warrior of Light. Our task remains undone.
Can someone get that spline in order, please? Oh my god. He just lists property. There's something fucking wild though about being like, hey, by the way, you can summon me now. Alright. Binding Coil turn 4, this is it. This is fucking, this is wild. This was so much more than I was expecting it to be. I don't know what I expected, it was not this.
"'Twas a long and arduous road, but at last we reach its end.
God bless.
Farewell, Bahamut. I banish you back to the ether."
How did I manage to avoid spoilers about this the whole... I can kind of get Alize and Alfino, like, reverting back and everything. That I don't mind as much.
"He is not yet whole. I did not think him capable."
Like, yeah, it's ARR production, which only makes my... People comparing the voice acting of Dawntrail to A Realm Reborn does make me much more scared now.
Alize! Alize!
Oh, they dead. Oh, they're
I
fine.
had thought it finally over. We'll not survive another blast. No. Is this how I honor my promise to Grandfather?
You must needs find your own reason to
my
fight
God.
for this realm. Your own meaning in this sea of chaos. Will you do that for me?
I will, Grandfather. In fact, I believe I already have. That reason has been with me all along. guiding me. Eorzea's blade of light, shearing through endless shrouds of darkness.
I almost gave myself a whiplash doing that.
I have been shown the miraculous feats of which we are all capable, of which I am capable. Bahamut, you have wreaked enough havoc. I will not let your wrathful fires consume all that we know and love.
Is she gonna summon her grandfather? The eagle caws. Very cute. I mean, I know it's not an eagle, but still.
How long I have waited to hear you say that. You have found your resolve at last.
Not the time, Alfino! A quiet acknowledgement would be okay.
Let me join my strength to yours.
No, by all means, boy, take your
In
time.
this place, in this moment, our purpose has become one.
Jesus Christ. Is that a JoJo reference? They pose. Whatever.
For the future of Eorzea!
This last task is yours, Warrior of Light. You must destroy Bahamut's crystal core.
I think it's incredibly funny just to cut me stanced up in the back like, should I be here? What? Oh cool, now I can fly. Oh, that was supposed to be the people who were with me. I was like, fuck, did I just bounce off the front of it? Hey, I just came here to kick your ass by myself. Don't worry about it. Neat. Man, I could never be the Warrior of Light. My thalassophobia would get to me way too hard. Ayo! This is incredibly funny. Ouch. I guess. Oh, it's the main theme. There's a 3 on me, and then a green glowy thing. That's probably bad. Ow, as the kids say. You're invulnerable. Oh, no, never mind, you're dead. Okay, well, that works. Bahamut! I actually don't know what Mayor Cydia is. I know it's a proper noun that comes up all the time, but I don't actually know what it is. Come on, Deca, you can do it. Nope. People call it Dungeon Australia sometimes. If nothing else, we're taught well to recognize answers, bless. I mean, I like the arena. Sort of weird texture stuff, it's cool. Oh, that did damage. Dick. Oh, it's Mare Citia, because that's the land to the south where the dragons were before Allegan started. The Allegan Empire started shit. I get it. It took me a second. But I got there in the end. Neat. If I step outside this ring, is this a wall ring or is this an instant death ring? It's instant death. I'm like 40% confident. What a wild set of lore, honestly. Let me think back on this. So basically just like grandfather... What did we learn from this? There was character development for Alphino and Alisair, I suppose. I mean, I'm at the end of their character development arc where they are well past the, you know, teaming up for everything stage and everything. So I won't, like, super discount the fact that this is character development for them. Ooh! Cool. Oh. Bad? Neat. I'm sorry if I don't have a lot of strong reaction to this. I'm just sort of trying to process still everything that's going on because there is so much and so little that is new information to me. Also, it looks cool. The arena does look very cool. It's actually on the ground, like the Tree of Life or something. Because it did give me a emotional whiplash to go from confident Alisair and helpful Alphino to an Alisair who gave us serious damsel in distress vibes. Yeah, it was kind of funny her doing this during like, Alphino, let me be the main character. And then smash cut to Endwalker, where Alphino is definitely the main character. I mean, smash cut to any other point in Final Fantasy XIV.
You did it.
Thanks, buddy. We gonna talk about that? He seems alright.
But one task remains.
She just pisses on Bahamut or something. Fuck this guy. Oh, are you gonna turn off his life support?
With this last coil disabled, there shall be naught left to bind Bahamut to this world. His beloved children will finally know peace.
Ah! Why does this feel like this? Knowing what I know of Heavensward, this should backfire. Cool. So, was Bahamut supposed to catch on fire? That seems good. Don't tell me there's like a hot androgynous creature in the middle of that. Okay, I think we're good. We're good, we're good. Need one more oh no, they're hot moment. I thank you all for not going, but Will, Bahamut was already hot.
It is done. He is truly gone.
Yep. We have got to get y'all a bath.
You knew, didn't you? You knew what Grandfather had become.
Fucking what?
I was not certain, but from all I had gleaned, it seemed a distinct possibility. The scene people describe of the Battle of Cartano was one of unimaginable devastation, and 'tis through the combined prayers of the desperate and an abundant source of ether that primals are born. I merely put two and two together.
That still seems unique. That still doesn't clock with how primals are normally formed. Because people usually pray to a specific entity. And no way in hell everyone was praying to Archon Louiswa, but that's a nitpick and I'll let it slide. That's like a meh, but it's
And
fine.
you consider that a sufficient explanation? Well, however you stumbled across your theory, 'twas this revelation that made you wary of my attachment to Grandfather. You feared that in my obsession, I would fall under his primal sway. Is that why you decided to join us? To pull me back should I show signs of wavering?
Pray forgive me, sister. I wished only to protect you. Yet I see now that I needn't have doubted the strength of your conviction.
That's not how primals work. That's not how they've ever worked. Conviction don't mean anything.
May I ask
You need
you a
a
question?
blessing from God.
What do you...
Oh, fuck. The truth you've uncovered. Didn't they pray to
Which
Shinuyo?
particular truth was that, brother? The fact that desperate prayer gave rise to the primal phoenix? That this new god was responsible for setting Eorzean on the path to rebirth? Should such a tale become common knowledge, people would soon offer up their prayers in earnest. They would beseech Phoenix to complete the healing that was begun.
Yet as you and I know all too well, the very act of calling forth this savior would do more harm to the land than good. We cannot encourage such worship for this very reason. Were Grandfather forced to return as an ether-draining primal, it would undo all that he had worked to protect. Your abiding love for him was the key that unlocked the truth of the calamity. But keys may also serve to seal doors that were best left unopened. Let your love now guide your actions, and lock away deep in...
Sorry, Alfina. God, that cannot be good for you.
Fear not, Alfino. I understand what must be done. The realm need not know the truth for it to be saved. That the Elder Primal is banished, to return no more. That is enough.
I should start a timer to see how long after this we have to... we stay in this room.
Let us make our way back to the surface. Poor Eorzean must be beside himself with worry.
Yeah, why isn't Eorzean here? He's vibing? Eorzean does not vibe. At this point in the story, Eorzean is too much of a nervous wreck to vibe. And here we are again. After that descent into darkness, the desolation of northern Thailand seems paradisial. As promised, I shan't reveal the truth of the calamity to a single soul. However, the nations of Eorzea will require certain assurances that the threat of a new primal is gone. Kept in the dark over long, 'tis only a matter of time before they seek answers of their own accord. Let us recommend that the fragments of Dalamud are sealed off, that the truth may rest undisturbed. But first, we must go and report to Urianger. It would not do to keep him in suspense. I dare say we shall find him pacing up and down at the cerulean processing plant. Oh, that's right. Alize needs to go away so that she can come back in Heavensward postgame. Why does she show up in Heavensward postgame anyway? Is it part of the Warriors of Darkness stuff? I forgot. Ah, the Warrior of Light returneth undimmed from the depths of darkness. By thy triumphant bearing, I take it thou hast succeeded in thy mission. And yet thou art alone. Mistake me not, dear friend, full glad... Mistake me not, dear friend, full glad am I of thy safe return, but where, pray, are Master Alphino and Mistress Alize? She got shot by a poison arrow. That does sound familiar. Yeah. Here, my friend. Forgive us our lateness. We took the scenic route. Bahamut is no more. The realm is safe. By the heavens, look at you! What horrors your young eyes must have seen. What suffering your young bodies must have borne. Pray, tell me, where you hurt? Your wounds must need be cleansed and dressed at once. I shall tend to make for you a poultice, which draweth out... Pieties, my friend. We are hale and whole, I assure you. Alize died 2 weeks later from an infection. We took a few tumbles, but the worst of our hurts are healed. I believe we have grandfather to thank for that. Master Louis Soir. Then you met with him once more? But wherefore should Bahamut's thrall seek to ease your suffering? I promise to reveal all to you in due course, dear friend. But first there is a matter which requires our immediate attention. Now that Bahamut is defeated, we deem it best to bar entry to all of the fragments of Dalamud. To this end, we will convince the nation's leaders that the danger is past, and invite the cooperation in ensuring that the fragments are never again disturbed. Come, let's depart and seek an audience with them forthwith. A moment, sister. You need not burden yourself with this task. Urianger will more than suffice. Might you not take this opportunity to rest? The gods know you have earned it. Hey, that's... Well, I was going to say a call back to Endwalker, but I got it backwards, don't I? But I am fine, brother. Besides, you've been through as much as I have. Oh, I see now. You would play your game of diplomacy and wish me out of the way. No, Naught could be further from the truth, Alize. Don't go starting any PMCs now. My lady, 'tis mine earnest belief that your brother hath your best interests at heart. You have more than done your part, and he desireth but to relieve you of a burden that he might easily bear alone. I have some experience treating with dignitaries, you must allow, and as you never fail to remind me of my fondness for diplomacy, I feel it only right that I remind you of your aversion to it. Then it is settled. Urianger, pray make arrangements for a chocobo carriage. The ride should give us ample time to prepare our story. Can you at least take Alize to an inn? Alphino! Give me my half of the book back. Though our paths are different, we share the same goal, do we not? But of course, dear sister, that which we have just achieved together stands as testament to that fact. Whatever path we choose to take, our heart shall ever lead us to the same end. Of that I am certain. Thank you. Dick. There's a place that I would visit. Might I ask you to accompany me? Sometimes I like to write fanfic to myself about Alice and Thacred running from the Warrior of Darkness from Gridania to Ishgard. But first, I do believe a change of garments is in order. It won't take but a moment. Oh, does Alice get new clothes first? Does she? Oh, this is a whole cutscene. Oh, yeah. I mean, she changes into the stock standard adventure, like, gear, but she's the first person to get an outfit redesign. Besides, arguably Thancred, if you want to include his Ascian outfits. The landscape is the same. Of course, there's no reason it would be otherwise. Though it would be poetic for the fragments to magically disappear, I am well aware they shall remain long after you and I are gone. Why are children here? You are a bad mother. This area is not safe. The world may change irrevocably, but life shall ever go on. Let's take a closer look, shall we? That's a pilgrimage spot. Oh, it's one of the 12, isn't it? That was the symbol on the rock. I have no doubt that Alvina will do an admirable job concealing the truth of the calamity. And such truths as were revealed in those dark depths will never see the light of day. I myself agree that it must be so. But the thought that the people of Eorzea shall forever remain ignorant of their savior, of your deeds, the injustice of it is almost too much for me to bear. It's fine. Don't worry about it. The dramatic irony is funny, but we'll ignore it. I will be very famous. How typical of you, Dekka. Ever the hero. Even so, I cannot deny that I feel better for your reassurance. But I want you to know that I will never forget. You are the one who freed Grandfather's soul and saved Eorzea from Bahamut's wrath. And though these great deeds will never be remembered in song, the consequences will be felt forevermore by every soul who calls this realm home. You're welcome, buddy. Okay. This feels mean to bring up. But this... I'm really sorry. I'm about to go on some Lalafell slander. I think it's just because I'm so used to being Dekka. And I'm so used to being tall. But I could not imagine being a Lalafell during this cutscene. And Alice literally looked like... Wouldn't I come up to, like, Alize's shoulders, maybe, or something? I have to see these cutscenes with Lalafell. This just occurred to me completely randomly. I'm so sorry to all the Lalafell, but shorter. Oh my... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It shouldn't be funny, but it is pretty funny. Waist height? No! For Grandfather, Nail and the dragons of Mericidia, for all those who were taken by the calamity. Kurt is typing in the chat. At long last, our struggle with Bahamut is over. The realm, given new life through the prayers and sacrifices of countless souls, may look to a brighter tomorrow. When the dust of our adventure has settled, I shall embark on a journey. I mean to find my own reason to fight for Eorzea. And when I do, I will fight with all my being. Must be fascinating to watch Alize's cutscenes in Heavensward with this new context. You've done so much for me, Dekka. One day I hope to be able to repay you in kind. I've no doubt but that you will continue to help those in need and grow ever stronger in doing so. I shall endeavor to do the same, and if the 12 are kind, I hope one day to become Eorzea's sword in the darkness, as you are. Come what may, you may rest assured that I will not be outdone by Alphino. That's right. The thumbs up is very funny. It has 3 variations. Ooh. One for if you start but not finish, another for having finished it. Neat! When next we meet, I promise I will not disappoint you. Till that day, fare you well, my friend. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. I could not be me walking away in a fantasy. I feel so happy that I live in modern times with like cities and stuff. Because like, how are you supposed to walk away and not like awkwardly turn over your shoulder every 3 feet? Like, bye! Bye! I don't know how to end conversations at like drive-thrus. Like for food. Like, how do you walk away in a field where you can see each other for a mile without constantly going, later! Alright. Stupid is too harsh a word for it. I admit. Shocking is definitely it. I don't think I view it more harshly because I did everything else first. Oh, I think it's cute that the land only actually exists behind this gate. Because this is marked as walkable, but this is not, even though it's the same pipe. It's very cute. Yeah. So, it feels so weird because it's so much non-information. This doesn't really fill in any... It fills in a hole that I didn't know was a hole and didn't really need filling. But I guess I know now what definitely happened. Honestly, I like this less than what I assumed had happened, which was just like an equal devastating trade. It being like, no, Alphino's grandfather like won, basically. Alphino and Alice's grandfather, excuse me, is weird to me. Like, him going Super Saiyan is less satisfying to me than like the plan just sort of kind of working. And yeah, I do think, like, maybe the character development is a little bit less impactful because I'm doing it later and I already know the character's full development, but I don't really think that factors into the quality of it as much. I don't think I would like this better if I did it when I was supposed to do it. And I don't think it's fair in general to be like, well, this side story, if you play it in sequence, is a lot better. Maybe it feels more drastic to me because it's a jump back down to a Realm Reborn quality, which was just flat out lower quality than anything that came after it, according to basically everybody who played this game. I don't know. It's hard for me to think of someone who puts anything besides a Realm Reborn at the bottom of the pile. Not even that much to its discredit. It's at the bottom of the pile because everything else is better, but it is still like the worst expansion. I didn't like the first half of Heaven's Sword. I thought the first half of Heaven's Sword was bad. I do like the second half in the post game a lot. Or at least a lot better. That was when it clicked to me. Dan liked the AR a good deal. IRC. Which Dan? I assume Floyd, because y'all watched him play through. I'm not okay. I give credit to A Realm Reborn. I don't know if I can say that it's... that I think it's good. That's my takeaway on it. Like, there's a lot of problems with it. I respect it. I respect it a lot. I think it has a lot of core, like, classic lighting problems on top of the problems that come with like an MMO and everything. And I don't buy into it was the necessary setup of it either, because there's, even now, as pared down as I've been told it is, there's so much filler in A Realm Reborn. And I think that it's interesting to think about A Realm Reborn versus like Endwalker, not in terms of comparisons of qualities, but in comparisons of writing style, because Endwalker's main story quest has fluff, but the fluff is still directly related to the main quest line in a way that A Realm Reborn's is only if you kind of squint. Endwalker has like tedious tasks and stuff that you do because you need someone to do something, and like you're doing a chore for someone or whatever, directly related to the main story quest in some way. A Realm Reborn has a lot of running across 6 continents to find someone that made a certain type of mead in a way that is not really as connected as Endwalker's fluff is. I don't buy into setting up the entire... Okay, I respect A Realm Reborn for setting up the entire world. I don't think that makes it good. And I know that's not what people mean, so it's wrong of me to say that. That's a straw man, basically. But I don't think that A Realm Reborn's writing is redeemed by the fact it needed to set up the world. I think you could have... Let me put it like this. And this is an unfair comparison, but it is to my point. If they went back and made A Realm Reborn right now, like everyone's memory of it got snapped out of existence and they went back and had to remake it from scratch, it would be leagues better in like the current style of MSQ that they do. I don't think that they did a very good job of setting up the world. I think that they did a job of it, and everyone gives it a pass because it had to do it. But I don't think they did a great job. I think it's just we've been in this world for like 300 hours, so going back and revisiting it has some level of fun. Of like, oh, I remember this. And that boosts the quality in itself. Now, I'm not saying you couldn't have had fun while playing through it in the first place, but I am saying that, like, no matter what your power rankings of everything, A Realm Reborn is still at the bottom. Yeah, I respect A Realm Reborn a hell of a lot. Like I said, when I went through the respect rankings with Bryce in the speedrun, a ranking which I pray to God that no one sees, because that was like hour 14 or something, and everyone knows that hour 14 was crap. A Realm Reborn was like near the top of my list. I think it was like Stormblood, A Realm Reborn in terms of like respect I have for them as expansions. Still doesn't make it good quality lighting. Oh man, we got so fucking bored in the middle of our 20-hour speedrun. We were doing power rankings of the hours as we were going through the hours. It was so bad, I can't wait to do it again. I still think, okay. I still think, here's my full opinion on it. Here's essentially, if I had to give a one-sentence summary on A Realm Reborn, You could definitely say that they've learned a lot about storytelling over the last 10 years and they could make a better story now. My argument is that we've also had like 2 millennia of humans telling stories. So we've gotten pretty good at telling stories. A Realm Reborn is just not very good at telling a story. It's fine. It's okay. There's some parts of it where it's like bad. There's some parts of it, less parts, where it's like good. But a lot of it is just like okay, kind of boring. We've had like 10 years of telling a story in an MMO. Oh no, we have not. No, we most certainly have not. We've had at least... When did this game come out? 2010, 2012? At least at that point, like 20 years of telling a story in an MMO. I do think A Realm Reborn, you do have one point, which is that it's funny because A Realm Reborn is definitely in the style, in my mind, of like early World of Warcraft and like old school MMORPGs. In terms of like the style of the storytelling. I can see that. Also, Final Fantasy XI is the thing, yeah. I don't know, it's an interesting... I can't wait to, like, dive back into it with, like, a serious critical eye. Having gone through the whole story and seeing, like, how much of my... If nothing else, A Realm Reborn was a lot for me to play through. Going through and, like, voicing all the lines, basically, definitely made it take, like, 3 times as long, which definitely contributes to my experience of it being a very long expansion. So I definitely have a very unique perspective on it. Yeah, no, that's kind of my feelings right now. Well, I'm happy I'm done with Coils. I got like not enough time to start trials, so I'm actually gonna hard pivot stream. Apologies. I'm really hankering to play some Pokemon, so we're gonna play some Pokemon. I had fun voicing everything, though. I mean, it makes it take a lot longer, but it made me think, or at least try to think, about the actual dialogue a lot more, so I appreciate it. Random leg H Pokemon. Which is, this is just a hard pivot. I'm sorry. We can keep talking about Final Fantasy if we want. I just want to chill with some Pokemon before I go to bed. I have not played Regulation H, and I want to. Let me go ahead and just slap on some music, actually, while I do this. We'll just resume the Celeste soundtrack. I'm just gonna rip a team from the latest Cybertron VGC video. Because he played like a balanced team that I thought was neat.
Okay, so that's...
With Alola and Ninetales, who I have a personal affinity for, and King Gambit, who I also have a very strong affinity for. Alright, let me get it up on stream. Should be this? Oh, apparently I have the Showdown app installed. I forgot about that. There it is. High gauge balance. Let's do it. I mean, this might be... Yeah, no, this is a balanced team. No, it's not. It's definitely not hyper offense with King Gambit and Amoonguss. Okay, so let's fix this. And just play a couple of random games of doubles real quick. Best of players win that. So much louder than I expected it to be. Okay, I'll fix it in a second. Let me pick my team first. What am I up against? Sylveon with a Rocky Helmet. Really? Okay. Calm Mind, Yawn, Hyper Voice. Okay, so it's like a supportive Sylveon with Rocky Helmet. That's interesting. Very interesting. That makes sense. Against that, I probably want to Yawn it with Amoonguss, because I'll resist it with Poison, so Amoonguss will be a good counter of that. Archelodon, Power Herb, and Electro Shot. That makes sense because it's not a rain team. So I'll have to watch out for that. That can get out of hand very, very quickly if I'm not ready for it. It's going to shut down Incineroar pretty easily, too. It doesn't have anything real great for King Gambit besides Electro Shot. So maybe if I can force a pivot at some point. Dondozo, Unaware, Liquidation, Protect, Soak, and Yawn. Oh, Soak to make stuff water type. I'm going to have to watch for that. But Dondozo should be slow, so... I guess it'll be faster than Archelodon, though. Rillaboom, classic set. Weakness policy is something to be aware of, but shouldn't matter as much. And Fair Giraffe with Trick Room. Are they going to Trick Room me? They could try to Trick Room me. They do a Fake Out. I kind of want to lead Incineroar Ninetales to try to stop the Trick Room. Amoonguss is great here, and who else do I want for attack? Probably Garchomp? With Steel Terra should deal with Rillaboom pretty well if it's brought out against it. Should deal with Sylveon pretty well. Yeah, I think Garchomp. Okay. Archelodon and Incineroar. Okay, Flash Cannon is a problem. They Fake Out here. I kind of want to Parting Shot into Archelodon and bring out Amoonguss. Because I expect, like, Fake Out into Incineroar and Flash Cannon into Ninetales, but they could also Fake Out Ninetales. I'm just going to Parting Shot and Hard Pivot into Amoonguss here, because I want Ninetales later. They Fake Out Incineroar, that's fair. Flash Cannon doesn't do that much damage to Amoonguss. It is Power Herb. Okay, I think I still Parting Shot here. And I kind of just want to protect Amoonguss so that I can have it on the field and get Garchomp out. I could go for a Spore, but the Flare Blitz into Amoonguss is too big of a risk. Who moves first here? I also want to know between Incineroar and Archelodon. I guess it should be Archelodon. Oh, the pivot. Okay, that's good for me. Do I bring out Ninetales here? I think I want to bring out Ninetales here. Yeah, Flare Blitz. From here, Blizzard, or no, Dazzling Gleam? Do I want to do Blizzard or do I want to do Dazzling Gleam? Blizzard, Incineroar's already hurt a little bit. Flare Blitz could shouldn't do that much damage to Ninetales, while Incineroar is... Let's Blizzard and pivot in Incineroar, because then Flare Blitz even shouldn't do that much damage to Ninetales, and it's especially bulky. Archelodon. Okay, now our Incineroar has Fake Out Pressure. So this isn't going to do that much damage, but we're faster. I think I kind of want to Blizzard and Flare Blitz here. No, we're not very fast, but if I don't hit this thing with the Flare Blitz, I'm gonna have problems. Okay, I think I actually... Hear me out here. I think I want to pivot into Amoonguss here? And Flare Blitz the Archelodon? Because they shouldn't do damage to me while they're... I need to get damage on Archelodon right now. Yeah, Flash Cannon, Amoonguss takes that pretty well. Flare Blitz into Archelodon, so it's low. It should die to like one more attack. I'm faster than Sylveon, that's good to know. Do they pivot Archelodon here? Hyper Voice did not do that much damage to me. I could very easily Spore Sylveon and Flare Blitz Archelodon, and I don't think that there's much they could do in response to that besides pivot out. I'm not really that scared of Sylveon though. Do I side Pollen Puff and Flare Blitz? Would that be better? I think I kind of want to side Pollen Puff and Flare Blitz. Yeah, they do pivot. That's not really that big a deal because now Archelodon is nothing except like meat. The side Pollen Puff, so Incineroar is back up to full health. They're set up to Flare Blitz. I could pivot, but that's incredibly risky. I want to swap out Amoonguss, but I don't really have a great swap out here, because Garchomp will not take... Well, I think with Archelodon basically taken care of, I think I'm okay here. Do I just protect and knock off the Assault Vest right now? Let's protect Parting Shot. Let's get someone dangerous up on the field. I do not have a lot of damage. Let's pivot in Ninetales because they're not going to Flare Blitz the Incineroar. And Hyper Voice. This should do not a lot of damage. Now I pivot into Incineroar. And I just fire off some Blizzards, I think. Do I Terra Ice here? I think I'd Terra Ice here. Just for maximum damage. They should not KO me. No, no, no. I think this is fine. I think pivot into Incineroar. Maybe I should Moonblast. I kind of just want to start firing off some damage. It'll be ineffective, but it'll still do so much. And they'll be doubling. I'm not going to Terrestrialize. I'm going to save my Terrestrialization, but I am swapping out Amoonguss. Maybe this is a throw. Maybe this is overthinking it. Man, that was a critical hit on Incineroar, and it still did no damage. I don't know why you Darkest Lariat there. That was a little bit weird. I have Fake Out Pressure, but I'm faster than their Sylveon, aren't I? Yeah. I'm just gonna Flare Blitz Blizzard. Fair enough. Decent Protect. Doesn't really affect very much. I think I want to Flare Blitz, and I think I just want to Blizzy. I could Tear Ice to guarantee the KO on Incineroar. Nothing in the back is fast. Well, if they have Rillaboom in the back, they could punish Terra Ice. I want to keep my Terra in case the last thing is Rillaboom, because then I can Terra Garchomp. And I think Terra Garchomp just beats their Rillaboom. Okay. Sylveon is dead. Flare Blitz. I think they died a recoil here. Yeah. So I'm just going to bring out a Moonguss. No, I'll bring out Garchomp. Because all they have left is an Archelodon who's slow. And I don't know what their last Pokemon is going to be. Presumably Rillaboom? For a giraffe, really. Could just swap to a Mungus and Earthquake, honestly. I think Terra Steel here makes sense. But I definitely go before them. And it makes me resist all of Phaedra's moves. So yeah, Terra Steel Earthquake should seal the deal here. Yeah, you got Earthquake up, and now I can just Spore Earthquake. GG. That's one. Interactive thing with P for a few hours until Dungeon Trial. Yeah, I don't really know what they do in an MMO. That I kind of respect and deal with. Like, there's only so much they can do. Okay. I'm ready. Game 2. They forfeited? I guess we don't have to play game 2. Okay, I'm ready. One more best of 1. Or best of 3. Because I don't think I have to wait for another one. The striking dummy is always there. God bless. And yeah, the actual gameplay of the MSQ is pretty boring. Wait, what are we up against? Cleaver! Lilu! Okay, Lilu is there for... What? What is Lilu there for? What is Lilu here for? I expected Endeavor, like, or something, but Coaching, which just increases your attack, Helping Hand, Quick Guard, and Feint, which breaks Protect. It's got Prankster, so I guess Helping Hand and Coaching. So it's got priority Coaching. So I'll have to watch out for that. Lockslide could be a problem if I let it get out of hand. This doesn't look like it has anything super great into Garchomp. Aurora Veil, Freeze Dry, Icy Wind, Moonblast, pretty standards. Icy Wind to slow them down. They have a lot of decent priority here. I think... Wait, do they have any fighting? They have close combat on Cleaver. They don't... They have some pretty good answers into King Gambit here. I like King Gambit, but I'm not sure King Gambit does well here. I think Dragonite is my first option here. How fast is Cleaver? 150 max. So Dragonite's definitely slower than them. Special defense should help. I mean, it's not going to do great into Alolan Ninetales is the problem. Let's read Incineroar, Garchomp. And the back, I don't like a Mungus here. Dragonite, King Gambit for the pivot. Oh no, this might be a bad call. Yeah, Garchomp is in trouble here. I mean... The nice thing is I can I can fake out the Ninetales, but they're just going to Quiver Dance. I could Terra Grass and then like Earthquake, I guess. I don't think that's great. Fake out Rock Slide. I forgot I had a Rock Slide. Did I miss Ninetales? Oh, that's so bad. Oh, missing Ninetales is so bad. I also didn't expect Rock Slide to knock out Volcarona. That is nice, but I'm in so much trouble. Missing the Ninetales is a very big deal. I think I would have knocked it out. I think I have to Flare Blitz and swap into King Gambit here. Oh, I'm Choice Band. Duh, that's why Rock Slide knocked out the thing. I think Flare Blitz might KO? Not with Snow. It shouldn't KO with Snow. But Flare Blitz, do I actually Parting Shot? I kind of want a Parting Shot swap into King Gambit. Because Incineroar will take an attack from Ninetales, and then I can bring in something else when Ninetales is slightly weaker. So I do like that. I kind of expect them... I don't know what I expect them to do here. They could Helping Hand Blizzard, I guess, maybe? Maybe I should have just Flare Blitzed. I probably should have just Flare Blitzed. Coaching, I guess. And neither of my guys can defend, honestly, which I consider a problem. Let's bring Garchomp back in so we don't really reveal any new information. I am just swapping back to Incineroar, and I didn't realize that I didn't have Iron Head on this King Gambit. Why did I bring this King Gambit? This was such an awful decision. This was the worst decision. This was literally the worst possible decision. Why did I do this? This King Gambit can't do shit into this team. I just assumed it had Iron Head. That's so my bad for not reading my team sheet carefully. I guess Terra Steel, Rock Slide, Protect? God, that was super effective and it still didn't do anything. Oh, but they flinched. Rock Slide. Let's just swap into Incineroar for pressure a little bit and to deal with the full fucking power that's coming my way. Terra Steel does make this Ninetales not very good, so I can wear it down and waste Aurora Veil turns, I guess, which is reassuring. Also, I'm faster than it, which I was not expecting. Okay, there's no way they Rock Slide do anything besides Rock Slide here. So I'm cool with swapping into King Gambit. No, they're gonna close combat me. So Dragonite. And I kind of want to knock it off so that it's not fast. Because it's definitely got a Choice Scarf on it. I can either knock it off or Parting Shot it, or I could just Flare Blitz it, but I don't expect much damage. So I kind of want to knock off. Because I expect them to Quick Guard with Riolu to block Fake Out. Fun fact I learned about 14 today, hit me. I kind of expect them to Quick Guard and Close Combat into Garchomp, so swapping to Dragonite should help. They just did coaching again, really. And the Rock Slide! Okay. Not what I was expecting. Why Rock Slide? I mean, it worked. I guess I can... Do I just give up? I think I lose here? I think I lose here just to Aurora Veil. They don't have Light Clay, do they? So Aurora Veil goes down next turn. They do have Light Clay. Okay. Well, they're definitely faster than me, so I definitely Faint Dragonite here. I guess I just swapped King Gambit. And... Fuck, Dragon Claw? Like, what else am I gonna do? I did not expect them to... I did not play this very well. Yeah, the coaching... I think I lose at this point because I just have physical attackers left. Wait, why would they Terra Ghost? That was a mistake. Now I can just... Kowtow Cleave and Dragon Claw you and you die? I mean, I think I still lose... But Kowtow Cleave might knock them out here? Yeah. I don't know if Quit Matt... Oh, well, Quit definitely mattered because it cut through defense. But I could have... I think it should have done at least 16, and then I could have Sucker Punched them next turn. So, overall... Weird match. Okay, I'm just gonna... Kowtow Cleave and... Oh, fuck. All I have is Dragon Claw. Can Dragonite beat Ninetales? Which do I care about more? Garchomp? Garchomp doesn't have Protect, does it? No. So if I pivot, Garchomp just dies anyway. I think I still lose. I guess I Kowtow Cleave, and I guess I can Dragon Claw the Riolu. Because I know I'm faster. But I don't think much matters here. They Moonblast that, really. Not that it matters. They're definitely fine. Yeah, there's not much I can do here. I mean, maybe if they Moonblast instead of doing a spread move here. Yeah. Okay, I lost to Rilu. Game 2, let's do it. I guess I just let coaching get too out of hand, but like with Aurora Veil, I don't know. I guess I bring Amoongus and just start trying to set them to sleep with Terra. I guess I have to bring Amoongus. I don't like it, but like, do I have any boosters of my own? King Gambit was a stupid bring. King Gambit was, I assumed I had Ironhead. What cuts through Aurora Veil here? I guess I almost want to lead Incineroar Amoongus. Just to start putting stuff to sleep. And then, what boosters do I have? I don't have any boosters, but I kind of believe in Garchomp. So Incineroar, Amoongus, Garchomp, Dragonite. Do I bring Ninetales or Dragonite? Dragonite might be necessary because of the priority. Ninetales is too good here, right? I think I bring... How fast is that again? It's faster than me. God, that's hard. Do I want the priority? Do I not? Do I bring Dragonite? Do I bring Ninetales? I kind of want to bring Ninetales. I believe in it. There's going to be snow up the entire time. Cleaver, Rilu. I bring my own stuff. Okay. There's no way Rilu doesn't quick guard, right? So I should be good to Parting Shot. Spore? I kind of expect a Rock Slide here. If I expect a Rock Slide, maybe just a straight up pivot is better. I expect Quick Guard, and I expect... They could lunge. No, I'm... Garchomp. Spore the Rilu. I expect Quick Guard from Rilu. There's no way Rilu doesn't Quick Guard. No, Rilu definitely does coaching. This is a mistake. Still, I expect Rock Slide, and I should take this Rock Slide relatively well while they're intimidated. It should be fine. They use coaching. Rock Slide, yep. Misses Amoongus, so that's fine. Does no damage to Garchomp. Spore. And this is where I just start wrecking shit. Let's use Stomping Tantrum on Rilu. Spore on Cleaver. They locked into Rock Slide, so they just don't do any damage. Yeah, that's not actually that much damage. I want to Stomping Tantrum, and I want to pivot into Incineroar, because even if they get the turn 1 Wake Up, they're not doing anything. And I don't want to wake them up early. I would rather heal up. The crit doesn't really matter, I don't think so. I can knock them out both at the same time here, can't I? But I think I kind of want to knock them out while Amoongus is on the field. I am slower than them. It would be a risk to bring Amoongus back out right now. It's basically reckless to Stomping Tantrum and Fake Out. Nice. Okay. Yep, played around it pretty well, but we'll see what they have in the back. I know that I'm faster than their Ninetales, but they could have a lot. I still have Terra, and I still have the ability to just pivot. I think the thing I'm kind of scared of here is Volcarona, because I can't really use... What does Flame Body do? Does Flame Body make you immune to fire, or does it just burn you if you touch him? Effect. Yeah, okay, it just gives you a chance to get burned. So that's not that big a deal. Right. I don't like Volcarona, I don't like Masquerada. With the Focus Sash, I think I just Stomping Tantrum, Parting Shot here. And then who do I swap into? Ninetales? Probably Ninetales. Flower Trick, yeah. I still go first. Do pretty good damage to Volcarona. They Quiver Dance, but I Parting Shot them. Ninetales. Okay, so they finish off Garchomp here, which I'm pretty okay with, because I just want to release a Stomping Tantrum. And I want to say that Terra Ice Blizzard should KO Volcarona. Ice is super effective against... Wait, is Ice super effective against Bug? Type, chart, Pokemon. Ice is super effective against Bug, right? I'm not being dumb. Ice is neutral against Bug. Oh, shit. Okay, then I'm just gonna... Oh, fuck. If Ninetales dies, I don't have anything that can hurt Volcarona. I think it should be fine. I don't think I have anything else to Terra. I think I'm just gonna Terra Ice Blizzard just for damage. Oh, I did not expect them to be faster than me, but I forgot about the speed boost. Do I lose? I think I lose because I can't Terra Amoonguss out of that fire weakness now. And I don't do damage. I think I lose. I kind of have to Spore Fake Out? And then just hope it stays asleep? Yeah, the Protect makes sense. Flower Trick doesn't do that much, but Incineroar is not beating... Amoonguss is not tanking this without the, I just have to hope that Amoonguss... Amoonguss survived the Heat Wave like a champ, actually. And it has Citrus Berry. I might actually be fine. Do I win this? I think I might win this, actually, which is surprising to me. I can side Pollen Puff here relatively safely in Flare Blitz. They shouldn't. They have a chance to wake up here and win. But if they don't wake up, they definitely lose. They disconnected. Why? No, this is a you could wake up and win here, I think. Maybe? No, Heat Wave doesn't knock out Amoonguss. And it definitely doesn't knock out Incineroar. So I guess I win, but it's still, we still have game 3. Did they go straight to game 3? I'm so genuinely disappointed. I was excited for game 3. Do we get to do game 3? I would love to do game 3. This is an interesting team. They quit the slightest mistake. I mean, this is low ladder. No, I just won. I guess one more can't hurt. Like, we had 2 people quit before we completed a set. Like, let's do it. What are we going up against? Sneasler, Dundozo, oh, God, Corviknight. What do I have against Corviknight? Like Incineroar, and that's it. Volcarona with Covert Cloak. Gonna have to remember they have Covert Cloak, Giga Drain, Heat Wave, Quiver Dance. Lydon. Lydon! Huh. I want to say that Incineroar Garchomp just kind of eats all possible leads for breakfast. I want to say Incineroar Garchomp is a great lead. How do I deal with Corviknight? How do I deal with Corviknight? I guess Kingambit isn't bad into it. Kingambit's like fine into this team as long as it's like okay. I might need to Terra it if I bring it, but that's fine. And then last, I kind of want to bring the Corviknight has safety goggles. I need something that can hurt it. Nothing can. I mean, neither Dragonite nor what's his Terra? Fire? I guess I'm just gonna bring Dragonite? I guess. Sneeze their Corviknight. Okay. The Mirror Armor I forgot about, if I'm being honest. But that's fine. I assume they protect the Sneasler to avoid Fake Out. And probably swap out the Corviknight. Do I bet on them protecting the Sneasler so hard that I Flare Blitz the Corviknight? It's not something I really want to do. I think I do. I think I want to Flare Blitz and like Stomping Tantrum. I mean, they're Focus Sash anyway. And I expect them to protect that. There's no way they don't protect Sneasler. They used Coaching, really. Oh, well, they tried to double up. The critical hit mattered. The critical hit mattered. Oh no, Corviknight died because of a critical hit. That is sad. I'm totally good to just immediately pivot out Dragonite. And I kind of want to pivot out Kingambit, Garchomp into Kingambit here. Yeah, I think that should be safe. I think the double pivot should be fine. Yeah. Sick. Okay, and now I can do something extremely funny. Do I Terra Flying here? Do I Terra Fly? I think I Ice Spinner to get rid of the terrain, first and foremost. And then I kind of assume that they Stomping Tantrum into Kingambit because I don't expect them to be able to help themselves. There's not a lot I can do against that. Do I want Kingambit or do I want... I could just Sucker Punch them for damage, which I think is fine. Yeah, there's the Coaching. Ice Spinner gets rid of terrain. High Horsepower into Kingambit doesn't actually do that much damage. Here I can Extreme Speed to knock out Sizzler and then just Protect. The Protect on their side makes sense. Extreme Speed. I'm okay with just a Sucker Punch on them for damage. That's a fair pivot. The Yawn is scary. They're not that fast though, so I think Garchomp should be fine here. I think I want to pivot into... No, I can't pivot into Incineroar because I want to Earthquake here. So... I mean, low kick into Dondozo feels fine. I'm not sure Dondozo is the threat here. I think I'm okay. with extreme speed, earthquake. Okay, pivoting out the Rillaboom seems like a call. I guess they knew that they were in danger. Yawn into Garchomp is fine. Well, now if they bring back in Rillaboom and they have to... Did they Terra? They did Terra. I think I'm pretty okay with just an extreme speed. Pivoting into Incineroar is obvious, but isn't really punishable. So I think I'm okay with an extreme speed Incineroar. Like, what do they do here? High horsepower into Incineroar, yeah. Liquidation, yeah. That is game 1, definitely. Because now I can just extreme speed the Rillaboom, and Dondozo does not win this 2v1. Grassy terrain, I guess, means I can't Earthquake, so Dragon Claw is better. That should be game 1 wrapped. Should be. I didn't remember Ice Spinner at Grassy Terrain. I also didn't remember the Grassy Terrain cut I think Terraflying Terra Blast is like my strongest attack here. And then just Dragon Claw. Okay, they're not doing damage, so this is like fine. There we go, there's the wake up. Yeah, alright. Game 2. You're kidding me! Why does this keep happening? Oh my god. 3-0. I'm calling it. I have to wake up in 7 hours for a meeting anyway. It's fine. Cool. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for nominally being here for Final Fantasy and then sticking around while I indulge myself in Regulation H. Tomorrow will be a short stream on my friend's channel, More Vampire the Masquerade. They weren't able to do a full prep because of an emergency. So it's going to be a short stream where we finish setting up the campaign, basically. They're going to give us our hideout and get us into the city, basically. For people who were not there week 1. This is a Vampire the Masquerade campaign where the Prince of Seattle is dead. And we are sent in there basically by the vampire mob, for people who don't play the game, to figure out what happened, question the officials in the area, and help figure out who the next Prince of Seattle should be. So yeah, that should be fun. I'll give him a shout out. So I will be 6 o'clock PST. I will be over on this channel doing that. Should be fun. And yeah, no, that is my night. I gotta get to bed because I am an EP little man. So thank y'all for joining me. I promise I like Final Fantasy XIV, despite it all. And I will see y'all tomorrow, maybe. Based on the fact that tomorrow's stream should be short, there's a decent chance that I do a little bit more streaming after it. And also an equally decent chance that I decide to just go pass out immediately after it. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think I'm all good. I'm all good. I'm just going to stop stream. Thank y'all. And I will see you later. Toodles.